All right, hello and welcome to the Pillynaps panel. I'm Sydney, or Blue Moon 88, and these are my co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Sushi, and thank you for joining us today.
Awesome. And we have Kevin with us for just a quick disclaimer, so go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, so just a quick disclaimer here. Pillynaps is 13 years old, so please be mindful of what questions you ask and how you act around her. So enjoy the Q&A.
All right. We're so excited that you're here, Pillynaps. Welcome to Sonic Revolution.
Please adhere to the rules and listen to the Revo. Without further ado, Pillynaps, we'd like to know more about you.
So feel free to introduce yourself, Pillynaps.
Is the microphone working? Hang on. I know how to fix that. Let's see. Let's see if that works. One moment, guys.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I think... No. It was just working a moment in the other room.
Of course. It's all right. Technical difficulties happen.
Oh, is it working now?
Should be on that. So have I.
Okay, I think your microphone is working. Are we good now, Pilly?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that, everyone. But please continue.
You are totally good. So, Pillynaps, just tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been drawing for around 8 years now. It's definitely been a journey for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to learn more about your journey. In fact, I love your artwork. It's so clean. You have such an amazing grasp on like 3D objects, and of course, everything is super cute, and it's just super inspiring. And I think one of my favorite image that you have drawn is Tails, like when he's in his little suit.
Oh yeah.
It's like the spiffy drawing.
Yep.
Yes, I
really
love
like that one as well.
Oh, me too. He's too cute to handle.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, I love it. So, but yeah, shall we begin, Sushi?
Yes, let's begin. We have some questions for you, and then later we'll open up for the audience floor.
All right.
Some are Sonic related, some are basic get to know you questions, and some are art related.
Okay.
Awesome. So, I guess, why don't we start with, have my list of questions. What made you interested in doing illustrations?
What made me interested is, well, I like to sometimes express myself through art, because there are, like, some things that, I can't exactly, like, say myself, so it's easier to draw it.
Sure. Go ahead.
And it kind of allows me to be creative and have other people enjoy what I draw.
Of course, it's gorgeous. And sometimes art can speak where the human voice cannot.
Yes, agreed.
Awesome. Well, that is incredible. Sushi, do you have your next question?
Yes. How long long did it take to develop your art style?
For me to develop my art style, well, I'm still developing it, but right now it's taken me a while because I've only been in the Sonic fandom for a year now or so. So drawing these characters has definitely been a process.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were in the fandom longer because of how good your art is. Like,
I do know. Yeah, I do know a lot about the fandom, anyways.
Well, that's nice.
Awesome. Well, we do have an audience question. Let's take a look. And by the way, this image you're seeing, so Pillynaps is drawing live, so you can watch them work, watch a master at work as we talk about these interviews. So Radar, coming up, and let's ask your question. Oh, maybe they stepped away for a second. Oh, let's try one more time. Let's do the magic trick. Oh, can you come up, right, Radar? They might have stepped away for just a moment. So if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand and we'll bring you up on stage. I actually have gotten another question. So do you have any artist channels that you watch or artists that give you inspiration? And if so, who do you like to watch?
I do sometimes watch some people draw, mainly Tracy Yardley's old YouTube channel. I just like to look at the process he does for sketches. But it's really helpful to look at because I can also develop my sketches as well to make it more easier for me to see.
I agree.
Yeah. Totally. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. I'm just looking at a little message. Sushi, do you want to ask the next question?
Yes. What are some other fandoms that you enjoy aside
I enjoy the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom, and I really like the game Security Breach, but I'm also in the Splatoon fandom and in a couple of Splatoon servers.
Okay, what's your opinion real quick on Security?
Security Breach, it's definitely a different change of pace for the game. I really enjoy it, and they have a very good spook factor in it with the sun jump scares for the DLC. It definitely keeps me on edge.
Do you like scary things then?
Yeah, sometimes at least.
That's so cool. I wish I could handle scary things. I am not that way. Oh, and Radar, thanks for waiting. And I'm glad we got it working. Welcome.
Hello. Sorry about that. For some reason, the stage acceptance was blocked by the title of the panel, so I wasn't able to I wasn't able to physically accept coming up on stage, but Kevin told me to quickly tap it as soon as it comes up again before it went ground. But I'm here. Hello.
Welcome. I'm glad we got that figured out. Thank you for your patience. So what is your question?
First of all, hello. Nice to be meeting you. Oh my gosh, I remember when your art just blew up all over Twitter. I think a few months ago or so. And it was oh my gosh. I actually showed the art, I believe it was the art you did of 9. I showed it to a friend of mine and they loved it. And I was like, man, this person's cool. So but yeah, it really is nice to meet you. Just
Nice to meet you too.
blown away by your stuff, honestly. Just Wow. But yes, my question. It's a Tails question. Can you believe it?
Ooh, okay.
I actually want to ask this. This one little interesting thing. Which iteration of Tails do you happen to like? And it can, and like I'm talking about like the different like types of media that he's come from, like Boom Tales, Archie Tales, maybe even like the Prime variants, like Mangy and Sales, like. Any like
Okay.
what is your favorite Tails?
I really like Sonic X Tails. He is like one of my. He's. I just like how they draw him in Sonic X.
Sonic X is basically Yui Kawa's art style, just animated, and it's perfect. Like it just gives me that vibe. Also, hey, someone watch Sonic X. Hey.
Sonic X is my favorite. Great choice.
I also like Boom Tales as well. I just think it's kind of like cute with the new stuff that he has on his head.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
Yeah.
Boom Tales.
Oh, go ahead, Rita.
I was just gonna say, Boom Tales is fun. I always think about the episode where he kind of just cloned himself, and it just it's just so fun. This one piece.
It's such a good. I love what they did with Boom. What's your favorite episode in Sonic X and in Sonic Boom?
For Sonic Boom, I have a lot of favorites. But I like the one episode where like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles like start this boy band. I thought that one was fun.
Yeah.
Dude, it too. My God, I love the.
For Sonic X, it'll be a hard one. I really like it, but I enjoy the episode where it kind of focuses on Tails' like backstory, because I've noticed it's stayed relatively the same over the few years with like some minor changes. But I really like that they showed that in Sonic X.
Yeah, that was really cool how they approached it. Is that the one with when they're like, I think it's Africa? They're trying to save all the safari animals?
Yeah, that one.
That's a good one. That's a great one.
That is the baseball episode. That one's just good fun. I think that was like the first Sonic X episode I watched, and I was just like, "Oh, Sonic plays baseball!"
Oh, heck yeah! I'm a big season 3 fan. That's my Meta-X Saga. That's where my jam is. I love it.
Still in season 1.
Oh, sorry. Would you say Sushi?
I said it was still in season 1.
Season 1, the classic. Well, thank you, Radar, for your question. That's an awesome question.
Yeah.
It just came to my mind. I was just like, Tails, miles per hour.
A moment of brilliance, you can say.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Radar, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this panel.
You guys as well.
All right,
Thank
see
you.
ya. Awesome. Okay, I've got another question. So, this might be a loaded question, but what Sonic characters do you like the most and why?
For Sonic characters, I do have, I think 3 I really like. My most favorite one is definitely Tails.
Yes, good choice, good choice.
Mainly because I can see myself relating to him more.
Really?
Yeah, my second favorite character is Blaze the Cat. I love how she looks, and I genuinely think she's really chill. My third favorite is Silver the Hedgehog. Honestly, he's just kind of a goofball, and I love it.
Those are fabulous choices. I love them. Do you also draw art with Silver and Blaze, or do you like to focus more in on Tails?
I usually focus more on Tails. I do want to draw something with Silver and Blaze sometime, though.
Oh, that's super cool. Tails is obviously the best, right? So,
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'm glad that's well established here. Tails is the best. All right. How about you, Sushi?
I do have another question. My question is how many... let me rephrase that. Are there any other art you have created with art styles of various other popular artist community? Because I know recently you did art using Tracy Yardley's art style.
Mm-hmm.
You could share that if you...
I'd have to look at where it's at, honestly.
Oh.
Um,
Would you like me to send it for you?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite style that you like to draw in particular?
I definitely really like a more kind of like manga style, which is kind of what I do usually. But I also really like Tracy Yardley's art style.
Ah, classic. Good choice.
Thank you.
Good choice. Oh, awesome. All right, Sushi, are you okay if I pull up another audience member? We've got a couple questions. All right. Let's call... Sushi, did you want to call up the next person?
I will call out PG Jedi.
Heck yeah.
Welcome.
Hello. Very, very nice to meet you, Pillynaps. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Okay. So going off the favorite Sonic characters question, since you said your favorite, since your favorite it is obviously Tails. It is obviously Tails. He is my favorite too.
Nice.
Okay. So going off of that, what kind of drew you to Tails as a character, or just how he's designed? What drew you to him overall?
What drew me to him the most is his personality, because it reminded me a lot of myself. So Tails is like I said, a character I can relate to more.
Right.
But that's what really drew me in.
He's kind of the best friend that everybody deserves and everybody wants.
Yeah. Everybody wants to have a best friend like Tails.
Exactly.
He is the best. He's just like the one you just want to hug, but he's a force to be reckoned with, but a very subtle force.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, VG Jedi, for your question.
Yeah, no problem. Have yourselves a good day.
You too. Please enjoy the rest of the panel. All right. Okay, so golden question. What is your favorite Sonic game and why?
Oh, this is a good one. I really like my favorite. It's kind of stuck between two, but I really like Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Adventure 2.
Ooh, the classic 3Ds. Is there a reason why you like those games in particular?
For Sonic Adventure 2. I really like just it's just a fun game, and I wish they re-added Chow Garden sometime. For Sonic Frontiers, I like how the game looks. It looks really pretty, and it's kind of free roam in a way.
Yeah, Sonic Frontiers is a gorgeous game, and of course, Sonic Adventure is amazing. I had somebody suggest this to me, about the Chow Gardens. Like, why don't they just make an app and just you have your little Chow in your little app?
Like a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would love that. I would download that and play it.
Yes.
Actually, maybe it's a good thing because I'd be hooked, and I would never put my phone away. So maybe it's a good thing.
Maybe.
Well, what I'm getting from this panel is that you have phenomenal taste. So
thank you.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. But how about you, Sushi? Do you have another question?
Yeah. What? Have you played any? Or do you usually like enjoying watching people play them?
Say it again.
Do you have you played any FNAF games for yourself, or do you enjoy watching others?
I have played games myself. When I was around, I want to say 6 or so, I got into the FNAF fandom, but the first game I played was obviously the first game. Currently I'm playing Security Breach and getting angry at the jump scares because they happen a lot for me because I'm bad at the game.
Oh, I assure you, you're doing better than me. If it was up to me, I'd never finish.
Me too. I'd probably quit and the Monty chasing segment pops up.
I think I just chuck my video game controller and say, nope, never again, I'm done. I just throw it at my brothers and make them play it for me, and then I'd watch. So I admire your courage. Yeah.
Good idea.
That's what little brother.
Younger Sonic fan, is there something you would like to? Is there any advice you would like to give to the next generation of fans?
Well, okay, my screen's still sharing, just making sure, but I really wish I could have experienced when Sonic the Hedgehog was first coming out. It seems like a fun time when it first came out.
I can vouch for that.
Some of my friends can too. But being a younger Sonic artist, it's like I don't know how to feel about it sometimes. Just because I draw like this, people relatively think I'm older, so when I say my age, like, wait, what? Which I don't know if it's a good shock factor or a bad shock factor. Can be both.
Personally, I admire young artists who are very talented. I love seeing that, so I think it's a good thing myself.
I would say so. It's a compliment.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't surprise anyone, but your artwork is outstanding.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great question, Kevin. You are awesome.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, and Kelly, was there something or like any advice you would like to get for the next generation of Sonic fans who are growing up now?
You have valid opinions on games. Whenever someone says a game sucks, respect their opinion and yours.
All great words of advice. Well, thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, no problem.
That's really wise advice. I think everybody in the Sonic, everybody needs to listen to that. It's okay to have different opinions.
Yeah, some people do get like a little bit angry when people like certain games from it.
Yeah, that's true. It can get heated sometimes for sure.
Yeah.
So, coming back to your bio, in your Twitter bio, you mentioned you want to work in the comic industry. Tell us more about that.
Well, once I when I'm older and I go to art school, I want to get a degree in art, so then it's like easier for me to find a job. But the reason why I really want to work in the comic industry is just because it seems like a really fun job. Because if you're like passionate about it, then it'll be fun to do. You get to draw like a bunch of characters. What I'm worried about is the script part, because sometimes, if I'm correct, IDW will like put in the back of their books like the script, or at least some pieces of it.
And just oh, go ahead, Sushi.
Oh, no. I was just going, I didn't.
Yeah, that would be interesting because you have to convey that script via your artwork, and so
Yeah.
being able to do that would be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I think you are on the right track for sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
Definitely. I never thought about that before, but that is true. You have to think about that, and in a way, you're the actor of that script.
Definitely.
Yeah, you are acting out the characters. That's super cool. Well, I have no doubt you will have any problems. You are going to be just fine, I'm sure. It just takes practice.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right, Sushi, do you have another question?
No, not a.
No worries. I've got a couple more. So what is a Sonic character you haven't drawn but would like to?
I would really want to draw Metal Sonic. Just because I really want to draw him looking shiny, and I can't do that with Tails because, or like any other character that isn't a robot, because I still have to convey the fact that they are not plastic.
That's true. Having matte fur would probably put a damper on that for sure. But
Yeah.
oh, that's super cool. Well, Metal Sonic, he's a classic. So besides the texture, is there any other reason why you would love to draw him?
His eyes.
Really? Tell me about that.
I really want to draw his eyes. I hope I get to like drawing him sometime though.
That would be cool. I look forward to it. That would be cool. Ooh, we got another question for you. All right, Rainboom the Duck, come on in.
Hello! How you all doing?
Hi, doing well. Welcome.
Also, hi, Pillynaps. It's really nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
So anyway, I got a question for you, Philly. What is your most favorite Sonic soundtrack?
I really like Reach for the Stars.
Oh my god, I love Reach for the Stars. It's always my favorite.
It's just such a I just really like the background music for it. It's so pretty.
Indeed, though. I also do really love the Endless Possibility, Vandalize, and Undefeatable. They really are my favorites from the modern Sonic games.
They're always very good.
Yes, indeed.
That's a classic. Oh, go ahead.
One of my other favorite songs from Sonic the Hedgehog is also let me remember the name real quick. It might be on my Spotify playlist if I check there though.
You're totally good.
Okay. If I remember, I'll say it.
Oh, for sure. No, it's totally good. When you're on stage, that's the moment that memory goes away. I trust me, I have those moments all the time. So you're good.
In school, when I was younger, I had to it was for a Christmas thing. I remembered my lines, but in the middle of it, I just paused and I couldn't remember.
Oh no!
It's engraved in my head now, though. It's engraved.
Oh, that's always when it happens. That key moment, right?
Thankfully, my friend had the script for it, so I was like, oh, right.
Oh, that's nice. Thank goodness for good friends. Well,
Such a save.
yeah. You're among friends. You
Aww.
are among friends here, so totally gotcha. So, awesome question, Rainboom.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. All right, well, please enjoy the rest of the panel.
All right, y'all take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye. And if and we have enough that if you want to ask a second or third or fourth question, feel free to raise your hand again and we'll get to you. All right, and that brings me to my questions. So, what is your favorite piece that you have made and what made it so special?
Oh, my favorite piece. I really enjoyed the piece I made that I have a lot of them, but there's one that's posted on my DeviantArt in my Doodles section. It's basically just a traditional drawing of Sonic and Tails, but I was really happy with how it came out because I focused a lot on the vision part of it. So it was supposed to be Tails was waving upwards, and at the paper, so it was a fourth wall breaker. You will be able to see it in my DeviantArt though, which is linked to my Twitter.
Yes, go check out their Twitter and their DeviantArt for amazing artwork. I was scrolling through it and I was just in awe. So that's awesome. And I love those fourth wall breaks that you're talking about. Those are super cool.
I love doing that.
Oh, that is awesome. All right, Sushi, do you have a question?
Yes. Could you tell us a bit more about Procreate?
Say it again?
Could you tell us about the tools you use to draw and Procreate?
The tools I use. Usually, I use a rounded line, just for line art. And I'm trying out something new. I'm not using my medium hard airbrush. I'm using a fat line for the lines that look like this, so they're darker. It'll show up later on that screen. But for sketches, I'll either use gloaming or blending pencil. Thankfully, I was able to download these off of a website so it's really helpful. Sometimes when I can't get an idea of what clouds look like, I will use the brushes I downloaded called Anime Clouds just to get a good idea and then draw them myself. I've tried using textures before, but I'd rather make my own.
That's so cool. And you said, Sushi, I think you mentioned it, your main software that you use is Procreate?
Yes.
Awesome. That's amazing. That I hear amazing things about that tool.
Yeah, it's super helpful.
So cool. All right. Well, that brings us to an audience question. Sushi, I think we've got one in the chat, and then we've got one hand raised if you want to pick someone.
I'll read from the question. So, V Jedi asks, if you have any, what would be your favorite IDW? Tails, Silver, or Blaze?
Honestly, I really like IDW Blaze, even though she isn't shown that often.
Do you have any other characters in IDW that you like that besides Tails, Silver, and Blaze?
I also I enjoy the new characters that were introduced. So Whisper. I think she's just a unique character.
That's awesome. Whisper is an amazing character. I do love her. I think you have to love Whisper.
Yeah.
She is the best. She's super cool, and I love her. Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, I do have this question. What was the hardest project that you've ever worked on?
Oh, the hardest project? Jeez, my hardest project? I did a Sonic thing for school one time, and it was entirely on poster. So I had to draw it all out in a time limit, which was stressful, but it was really hard to make, and I used to have this, you know the putty erasers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, when I was drawing, when I was finished with the sketch, I would aggressively slam it down multiple times just so I could, get a good consistency where I can still see a sketch, but it's not too visible at the same time.
That's an interesting technique.
And then after everything was dried, I would erase the sketch. I've learned my mistake after inking and then erasing.
Oh no! So do you, just to recap, so when you'll sketch, then kind of lightly erase it and then ink on top of that? Or do you recommend, go ahead.
Yeah, I basically do that.
Oh, that's smart. I never thought about that. But yeah, that sounds like a very stressful assignment.
It was. I did it during Christmas break.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hear that is a great way to train, though, if you have to do it quick.
Yeah, it turned out really well. It got posted into the library. So it's just walled on there.
Heck yeah. So, it is fantastic. So it turned out amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't too fond of it myself, but at the same time, I was proud of myself for actually being able to finish it.
That's a good attitude. And hey, an artist's job is never finished, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But Sushi, I believe, do you have another one? Another question?
Yeah. What is an Easter egg in your illustration that you would like to out?
With some art, I add a pot that says Cosmo on it when it has tails.
Oh, that's cool. I never do that?
It's usually very hidden.
Oh,
That makes me happy. I'm a big Cosmo fan. That's awesome. Well, you just warmed my heart, Pillynaps. You just made my whole entire day. I hope you know.
Thank you. I'm happy I was able to.
Any reference to Cosmo, I'm happy as a clam. So, all right, Sushi. I think it's my turn to call up an audience question, right?
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Radar, come back up. See if we can get that working.
It happened
Hey!
again.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm glad we were able to get you up on here.
Yes, I'm glad I made time. I should probably check on my Discord whenever I can after this. But hello, I'm back.
Hi.
And I'm here to ask a question that I usually ask people the first time. Let me just. There we go. Just fixing my microphone just a slight bit. Okay. So, Pillynaps, hello.
Hi.
Hello. I usually ask this to a lot of people that I meet for the first time, just to maybe test their sonic knowledge, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I am that kind of fan. But basically, what I usually ask people when I come up is, what is your favorite badnik? What is your favorite one of Eggman's robots?
I'd say the Monobug. I just think he looks very silly and I love him.
It's the classic choice. It's the very first thing you encounter in this series.
Yes. I just like how he's like depicted in the comics. Mainly the one where it's, you remember the classic Eggman birthday one?
Yeah.
I really liked that one.
Oh, I like those stories, and like getting to see that the badniks cherish their creator that much to throw in parties. You know, it's all in good fun. It's all in good.
Yes, but it's very sad that he doesn't feel the same way.
Well, they're all here in the long term, mostly because they're mass produced. You know, they all have a certain level of love for him.
Yes.
That's a good question. Radar, I love your questions. Can I just say, whenever you come up and on stage, you just always brighten up the panels. So I love these questions from you.
Half of the questions I don't even plan. They're just on the spot.
Just brilliance.
Pretty much. And also, I'm pretty sure. I think you may have cut off a little bit there, Sydney, because all I heard was that was a question. And I was like, "Yep, that is a question."
That was a brilliant question. Sorry about that.
It was probably just me. Maybe the stream picked it up, but yeah, all I heard was that was a question.
That was a question.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
I'm getting the hang of this, everyone. I'm getting the hang of this.
Make sure to give everyone a round of applause at the end of the panel, folks. It'll be worth it.
Yes. Awesome question, Radar. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty. Sushi, do you want to ask the next question?
Yeah. This one is a little complex, so if it's hard, try if you use reference for anatomy, how do you transform into Sonic character anatomy? So like the bean bodies? Because personally, I find it hard to take an average human body and make it fit Sonic character anatomy.
With references, I usually and like human bodies and stuff like that. I don't really use a reference. I just think of it in my head and then roll with it. But if I can't figure it out, then I do like. In my head, I usually think about like what the character would look like if they were in that pose.
I wish I could give you a high five right now because I sort of do something similar, but the problem for me, I can't illustrate it properly on paper. I need a reference.
It's hard to
That's amazing.
It's hard to bring thoughts into like drawing.
I agree 100%. Sydney, do you have anything you want to?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so I know we talked briefly about this, so maybe just diving into it a little bit more, but what do you see yourself doing in the future, illustration-wise?
I see myself working like, or at least like doing some sort of comic.
Would you like to do a comic related to Sonic, or is there another franchise or another like production or publishing house that you would like to work for, like DC or Marvel, or what would be your first choice?
Probably Sonic, because I'm used to their art style now at this point. But I also just really like how it looks.
That's awesome. So, would you, if IDW and said, "Hey, like, we want you on board," is it IDW your choice, or if there's a different publishing house like, "Hey, we got a Sonic comic," what publishing house or production house would you choose?
Probably IDW. I really wanted to work in that industry.
That would be really cool.
I think so.
Awesome. Okay, I think it's an audience member's turn, right, Sushi?
Yep.
All right, I'll let you do the honors.
Okay. I'm gonna call up One Nacho One.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello,
Hey, Kelly.
welcome.
Hi, guys. Who said that?
That would be me, but welcome.
Hello.
What's your question?
Not too long ago, Pilly asked me if I could come here and watch, and I said, yeah, I literally joined the Discord server right now just to watch this. So, Pilly, I want to ask you a question. When did you first hear about Sonic the Hedgehog?
When I first heard about it, I gotta think back a bit. Well, my friends online first introduced it to me. I knew about it beforehand as well, so I've known about Sonic the Hedgehog for a couple of years, but I just never got into the fandom until a year ago.
To be honest, oh my god, I don't know way to say this. I first heard about Sonic the Hedgehog from that mobile game Sonic Dash. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game, but I think it's a weird first place to hear about it.
That definitely is kind of strange, but I play Sonic Dash.
Yeah, I mean, it was like super popular.
That's a great question. Thank you so much for asking, and thanks and welcome to Sonic Revolution. I'm glad
Thank
you're
you.
here.
Good job, Pilly.
Thank you.
You made it this far. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. All right, Sushi, do you want to ask the next question?
Yes. 1 second.
Oh, sure.
So mine is kind of like a 2-in-1 question. First of all, do you use a stylus or your finger?
I use a stylus.
Okay, so with that being... Oh, I'm sorry.
So I can use my finger. I've used my finger a couple of times, but not usually.
Oh, I see. So that being said, how do you adjust your brush settings? Procreate.
My brush settings. Usually I don't adjust them. I just
Oh, wow.
But usually they're relatively small, so I can do smaller line art like this.
You are really skilled. Like,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I've had to draw with a mouse for a couple of years.
I cannot draw with them for the life.
It's very hard to do.
Drawing with a mouse, that's amazing. That would be really hard with a mouse.
It is.
Oh, wow. When did you move from a mouse to a stylus?
I got my iPad on Christmas, and that's when I switched gears.
Oh, wow. So it hasn't been too long then.
Nope.
Oh, I think your audio went out.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, I meant, Billy.
Hilly, can you-
Audio.
Oh, there we go.
It's working now.
I hear you, Pilly.
Okay. Good.
Can you hear us, Sushi?
Yep.
Amazing. Amazing. And so do you have any new projects that are coming up for this year? And what can you tell us about them? Or is there something that you're planning for this year that you can tell us about?
Well, I plan a special drawing for all my followers on Twitter for Christmas. That's all I can say.
Ooh, the suspense!
It's very suspenseful. You'll have to wait a couple of months.
No, okay, fine. It's actually smart to do that, but it's so hard when we love your artwork. Okay, we'll wait. We'll stay tuned for Christmas.
Good.
Alrighty. Okay, I think it's time to call up somebody. Sushi, did you call up somebody last time? Is it my turn? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Sweet. Kevin! Hey everybody, Kevin's back!
I can hear the whole thing in my head right now.
You are good to let us tease you. What's your question?
Thank you. How did you get started? What got you into Sonic, and how did you discover the fandom, and what got you into drawing? Because I know you told me it was a really funny story earlier.
Yes, it is a funny story. What got me into Sonic? My friend forced me into role-playing as Tails. Online. Which was
That's
the
a good
first
reason.
time
Yeah.
I ever got to the fandom in the first place. But what got me into drawing, this was when I was around 5. But we had this drawing thing for what you wanted to be when you grew up. At this time, I wanted to be a garbage man to throw trash into people's cars. But when I was drawing, I started crying, and my teacher asked what was wrong, and I said I didn't like my drawing, and she was like, no, it looks good. And I didn't believe her, and that's when I decided I would draw.
Wow, that's actually inspiring in a way because you pushed yourself to do better.
It was hilarious at the same time for me, though. Looking back on it, at least.
How many hours a day do you draw or practice drawing?
A drawing that I do post online relatively takes me around 4 hours.
Wow.
I do practice drawing for like around an hour or so some days.
Wow, very cool. So you try to practice at least an hour a day, but when we look at your final product, we're looking about at least 4 hours of work. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, even though it looks like it took longer. I sometimes well, I've taken a break from daily drawings because school is about to start for me this August. So my art will be less consistent.
Sure,
So-
that's understandable.
Yeah, I'm just setting myself up for that.
Sure. You don't want to push yourself too hard.
Yeah.
How did you discover the online Sonic community, by the way?
A friend made me do that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear your answer. What was that?
My friend made me.
Okay. Well, thanks, Billy's friend.
Is to role play as Tails, you said?
Yeah.
Good
they made me
reason.
roleplay as Tails, and then I became a Sonic fan.
The Tails fan and me approve.
Great reason to join the Sonic community, for sure.
But thanks for answering my question.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. You're the best. All right, Sushi, I'll let you take the next question.
Okay. So I was wondering that since you draw a lot and you have so many good artwork, have you ever considered making tutorials of sort YouTube?
I'm not good at teaching people how to draw, so I've never planned on it because everyone has a different style. Eventually, they'll develop one. I think tutorials are helpful, but it's kind of just not my thing.
I get that. It's really common.
It's one thing to do an artwork, but it's another art to teach, so totally understandable.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's see. Okay, my turn, right, Sushi? I'm so glad you're helping me keep track.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we know that you love to draw Tails. Don't blame you. Is there a reason that you'd like to draw him in particular, other than that he's the best? And I know you said you relate to him and stuff like that, but is there something in particular that you love about his character, or is there another reason why that you're so drawn to Tails and drawn to drawing Tails?
Another reason, I like drawing his tails as well as his eyes, but another thing is because, well, that counts on Twitter's mainly Tails, so it's basically just like a free roam area for Tails fans. But what really makes me want to draw him is because he's a very cute character, in my opinion.
That's a great reason. Oh, go ahead.
So I sometimes like to say that cuteness is my specialty because I just usually draw Tails.
That's also a very good reason.
Yeah.
Well, and your drawings are so adorable, hence I love that. Him in a little suit. That's so cute.
Thank you.
I love that so much. Well, he is the sweetest and the cutest.
Yes.
Hear that, Kevin? He's the cutest. All right. Awesome. Okay. And I think it's time for an audience question, right, Sushi?
Yep.
Okay. I think it's your turn.
Okay, I will call up Alice, the highest.
Hello.
Hello, Alice.
It's been I think it's been a while since I have last talked here.
Oh, well, I'm so
It
glad
is.
you're here. Welcome.
Me too. So anyways, my question is, since Tails is like your favorite character to draw, I think I'm probably wrong. Do you have like a second favorite character to draw?
Second favorite. I usually stick to drawing cuter characters, but another character I really like drawing is I'd say Blaze. I sometimes draw her when I have some free time.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of hard to draw, though, in my opinion. It's just the eyes would get me.
I get that. I get that. I get the eyes are like hard to draw. I have the same experiment. But otherwise, I'm glad to hear that.
Awesome.
I think I like Blaze too. Not gonna lie. I mean, I love Blaze because one, she's purple, and I love purple.
Same.
And secondly, she is a cat, and I love cats.
Same here.
Yeah, pretty much. I love Blaze. I think she's like my third favorite. I think my first one is Cream.
Ooh, okay.
I think my second has to be. I think my second has to be. I think it has to be Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic's a good character.
Yeah, I agree on that.
I'm glad to know our server all has such great taste.
Yes.
I agree.
Well, Alice, thank you so much for your awesome question.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, we'll catch you next time.
All right. See ya.
See ya. All right, Sushi, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. What is your favorite food or snack?
Are you gonna?
I
Are
like mints.
Are you gonna just?
Oh, sorry, Alice. Go ahead. Say that one more time. Oh, sorry. Pillynaps, go ahead and say your answer one more time.
I really like mints.
Yes.
They're one of my favorites.
Is there a specific type, like spearmint, peppermint?
Any kind of mint. Usually stronger mints taste like a bit like soap, but I like the taste of them. They're sweet.
Only mint.
Any kind of mint's a good mint, in my opinion.
Personally, I can only tolerate spearmint.
Ooh, okay. Peppermint's a good one, though.
Mints are so good. A true Tails fan, I see.
Yes, it's true. A true Tails fan.
That is awesome. Well, and that actually leads me to another question. What is something that you would tell a beginning artist? What advice would you give them?
I would say that your art improves over time, so there is really no point in getting upset about drawing, because it'll improve by itself if you put your time into it.
That is true.
just let it take time and be patient with the process.
Yep, it definitely is a process with art. I still have my first sketchbook, and I sometimes look through it and get a good laugh.
And I'm sure it's rewarding, like when you look through your old stuff and then you compare it to your latest pieces, you can see the contrast or your progress.
Yes, it really is.
Ah, that's awesome. That's got to be so rewarding.
I am very happy with it.
That's good. And you should be. Your artwork's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I think that brings us to an audience question, right, Sushi?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think it's my turn. So, Trusty Muskie, come on up. I love your fish profile picture. Uh-oh. Maybe they stepped away for a moment.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh, there we are. Hello. Hi.
Hello. This is probably like the fourth, fifth time I've been here, but hey, how's it going, Sydney?
It's going well. It's awesome. What's your question?
Ooh, it's gonna be a toughie. So when you made your own original content, which was I'm talking to Sydney, by the way. What inspired you to make that piece of content that you created?
Oh, that's so nice of you. Actually, so I'm not the focus of this panel, but you can definitely direct a question to Pillynaps.